This is Salamancer, and that is probably the most massive hat I have ever seen. And I'm using massive in the literal scientific sense here, because it's got its own planetary system. But this is a NA 6v6 newbie mix game, which, by the way, you could always join in too if you are interested in getting into competitive TF2 at all. These guys, you are going to see that this is not a pro game whatsoever, but these guys are giving it their very best. It's the mid-fight here, and we do have one scout already trying to nail the demo, the medic, whatever he can. Soldier jumping straight in on top of this medic here, and I do believe that both teams may actually have pro medics. Basic, I do recognize Dougie G, I think, as well, and it looks as... Oh, I'm sorry, Basic is actually on the Soldier. Is this the Basic I'm thinking of? Maybe, maybe not. I have no idea. Preston's in the medic. That is going to be a new guy for sure. But, yeah, no, I don't even know if Basic is a pro player. Nonetheless, it does got our red team, which is, that's pretty much what it's going to be called. Well, yeah, they're going to be red and blue. Our red team here, though, is trying to get into it, and they actually force the Uber a little bit early, but this is actually a very good play. So clearly they have somebody calling the right calls here, because they are already on the last point after having taken second. The Uber was just a little bit maybe too early, but it was, of course, forced early there. Now the demo man probably should have been going for stickies in the point, but maybe he was just totally out. It's 2v2 right now, and a Pyro's in here. Nice off-classing by the scary face guy. I think that's, I don't even know what that is. So our medic here is probably going to have to get out of there. It's Preston, who does grab the health kit. That point is so close to getting captured, just tantalizingly close, but oh well. And it looks like Iraq timed out there, so they will probably get him back in very shortly, but that does mean that it is 5 on 6. It's a pretty big deal. They're probably going to have to stay back until they get the Uber all the way up, and probably until they get their player back in the game again. Meanwhile, though, let's check out the defensive setup here for our blue team. They've got stickies on the point. They've got a heavy standing on the point as well. And often you actually want... Well, it's a good thing that he's there right now, because they do need that point to go down. So they are actually playing really well, and I gotta say that's probably a lot due to the coaches that they have. The coaches in the NA 6v6 newbie mix group are some ESEA pros at all levels. I've seen everywhere from open to invite in there, helping teach new players the ropes and trying to get them into competitive TF2. So really good attempt at a capture out here on the second point right now. We've got a Soldier trying to deal with that, but Wreath, who had the planetary hat, does go down. Nonetheless, that's going to be just in time, getting up there with the sticky bombs to take back the second point. And Red now is saying, no, you know what, it's still ours, at least for a little while. Although, just in time, takes down Pee-wee 250. Pretty nicely done there on the Spire. The Spire is one of those areas on Badlands here, that second point, that a lot of people practice in death matches. Most of these guys probably haven't, actually. But a really nice kill there by new player, chasing straight in on Preston. And Preston, I gotta say, probably should not have been where he was. He was a little bit too far forward, considering he only had one Soldier there. And right now it is still 5v6. Now this is an interesting play. We've got a Soldier sneaking around behind, and he's got the equalizer out, which means he's just moving nice and fast. Trying to sneak around, but no, he's been spotted. Not going to get away with much here. Trying to go for the medic, but he couldn't get him, and so Dougie G is going to get that Uber ready to go. Iruk is almost back, and Wreath is going to lead the charge here. Looks like Ajax is actually probably their pocket for the moment, although, yeah, he's taken most of the heals. And that's going to be Wreath just jumping in here. He does end up taking the Uber, and we've got the scout in on the medic once again. No! Sad face guy gets taken out. But Iraq will be getting on the team fairly shortly, I'm sure. And now, of course, we've seen the blue team push all the way back from their last point after a successful defense into the red team's last point. So all they have to do is get their Uber ready to go. They've got to watch out for Preston, who is going to have an Uber of his own fairly soon. Iraq needs to kind of join a team. There he goes. He will be back to play the remaining scout here for red. And right now they do have Prestige on the Pyro. I'll watch that, actually. Using the Degreaser, which is a pretty good combo. No, he's decided to change over to Heavy, which is probably a good choice as well. The Pyro is usually a better choice if you don't have an Uber advantage, but since they do, they're just going to keep Prestige as a Heavy, because that way he gets a lot of health to work with. Oh, he actually catches Ajax out of position there. Pretty good, but he is getting chased down by a scout right now, using the Fat Scout shotgun to try and keep himself alive, and he did for just a little bit there. This scout, though, is being such a pest right now. Sad face. I don't even know what to call him, but Oh, he's doing a really good job of trying to force the stickies to be detonated, and nonetheless they were not. So very good play there by Pee-wee, just keep him on. But now, it's going to be a capture. Blue team wins the first round after a pretty darn convincing... Yes, Ajax, I suppose it does. I mean, unless you're me. I'm just going to leave that to your imagination, everybody. No, that was a really convincing capture that Blue had right after their near loss at the hands on their last point at the hands of their enemies. That was actually a really weird rollout by Pee-wee, and you saw he only got out there with 39 health. Just a couple of chip shots by that scout put him into serious danger territory. Right now, the blue team, though, is caught inside their own house, and trying to get out of here once you're caught in is tough, as new player right there will tell you. Sticky bombs sitting on that doorway into the house, so really there's nothing blue team can do right now, and they are probably going to get pushed all the way back to their last point. They do almost have an Uber. So Preston is actually a little bit farther behind, but that's okay. They will be pushing in with an Uber probably fairly shortly. They still have a player advantage, even though everybody just respawned. Oops, for the blue team. Red, they should be able to push with this. So if they have a coach, he's probably telling them, come on guys, let's get out there. But it might be too late now. They've been a little bit too hesitant maybe. If they had pushed, then they probably could have taken out their opponents. But sometimes that's the cost, that's the price of being hesitant. Price you pay, because they probably could have gone in there, forced the enemy medic's Uber, forced a multi-Uber. They could have done a lot of stuff there. Nonetheless, Sad Face Scout is in trouble. That soldier could have fired one more rocket and taken him out. He's at 4 health right now, but he will go back and grab the supply cabinet. Meanwhile, Prestige, the scout, actually down. And I'm thinking blue team may actually push on this. They've got just a 1-player advantage, but they're going to try and push in. Wreath missing a couple of his jumps there, and that's just going to mean it's going to take a little bit longer. But there you go. Good Uber pop by Preston to keep himself at full health right as that rocket was coming in. And a very good attack here by Basic, who actually decides to turn around and try to stop the capture here. There's a scout who just got slammed around, 1 health left, and ends up dying. But Pee-wee, I think, killed himself, so it's not a total loss. And now the red team does have to retreat there. They're actually getting a scout on top of them right now. Dougie G taken down by Prestige. Where is he? Prestige. Oh, he's down too. Duh. And Basic's trying to keep his medic alive. Oh, the scout is still alive. New player, 14 health left. He could have actually made that little jump that goes around there, but he didn't. And there you go. Basic takes him down. New player is gone. 4 now. Sad Face Scout still out here trying to put some pressure on the demo, but he really needs to get back into his base. Yeah, it's not going to help very much. And our blue team really, this is not going to work for them. They've got a point lead right now, but they're about to lose it. They need to get back into their last point and do some proper defense, which I'm sure they have been taught how to do. And there you go, the demo is setting up some sticks now, so yeah, this is a more normal thing. They've got to have their pocket soldier up here. The demo is just going to take some heals and kind of rotate around a little bit as he sees fit. Now here comes the Uber. Dougie does not have an Uber of his own, and this is where the pirate would have been really useful. They do have one out here now. He's just going to try and keep this soldier back a little bit, but there is somebody on the point right now. They do have a scout and a soldier defending, but it's tough to defend from there because you will get spammed as you're standing there. It's an easy spam to hit because there's that wall in the back that just lets you take so much splash damage. So, good round there by our red team to bring it up to a tie. Team Shiki? Not sure where that came from, but I'm sure that in the future, if they send me more of these demos, they will tell me the joke behind the team name, because we'd all love to know. Yes, we would. Anyway, Preston and his team taking that Valley rollout once again. So are their opponents, actually. And Blue get there a lot faster. They have actually backed their red team up into that little choke area, but they didn't take advantage of it. Nice kill by Ajax. And he's still looking like he wants to be on a rampage, going for 2 scouts at once here. Now he's got to back away. 50 health left or so, and he's trying to keep his medic alive. We're doing a really good job of it. I like seeing this play by Ajax here on mid. He did a very good job of defending the flank there from those scouts. Now new player coming in, gets the Knight's meat shot there, but can he finish it off? Pulls out the pistol. Oh, Prestige gets the Boston Basher kill. Now he's got to deal with Sad Face Scout though, and Sad Face takes him down. Gotta tell you, kids, depression, it's a killer. It's just a killer. I'm kidding, it's probably no more of a killer than heart disease, but just in time. Laying down some sticks there at the choke, I'm sorry, which is what you're supposed to do. And, ooh, There is an Uber. I guess they do know they have an advantage over their opponent. They can take down Preston if they can find him, but I think he's gotten away, actually, and these soldiers are trying to get away, too. Yes, Preston has gotten away for now. Sadface Scout, though, is going to take advantage of some of the chaos. His opponents don't really know where he is. There you go. Scout did spot him. He's going to have to get away from that. Yeah, hops back to his medic. Wise decision. Doesn't really want to try to snake around and end up dying without helping his team out. His team looks like they want to push already, and that they are doing. Nice capture by new player. Snuck that in there, and so it is now 2-1 in favor of the blue team. Let's see here. We'll watch their rollouts, which they probably practice just a little bit here. You don't. I don't think you really have to do any sort of practice beforehand. You just show up, and they'll try to teach you the basic rollouts on the map they're going to do. I think they do some sort of discussion before the game starts, and then they just get you right into it with the coaches and all. Leaf's going to take a nice jump up here. Good rocket jump, but nobody was there. Oh, a nice air shot on Prestige, though. And now he is going to take a jump over at his opposing medic, who gets away from there. But not for long. Ooh, Dougie G actually taken down, but Preston as well. And so it's really just one soldier left. It's just one soldier! Why can't you take down one soldier? That's what all those evil... If I were an evil overlord, that's what I would be saying right there. Anyway, it wasn't just one soldier, but it... that was a really good minfight there for both teams. They both got each other's medic, and so neither team's going to have a significant Uber advantage. Dougie may end up getting about a 20% advantage on this. Actually, Preston not healing anyone, so if blue team pushed like right on time, then they could get away with it. They could actually kill their opposing medic, but we'll find out. Preston is about 20% right now, and where is he? Just now getting to mid, and he's actually using a scout with a Boston Basher to build that Uber. I don't exactly know whether they have their coaches like talking in their ears for this entire thing or not, but it would be an interesting thing to figure out, actually, for gIFFY. He was the one who sent me this demo. Nonetheless, Preston is just pretty decent positioning. He's got to be careful about all the spam coming in at him, but he did see that, and so he's just trying to prevent himself from taking any damage at all. You don't want to take any damage while you're just sitting back here, and there you go, a pill kind of did smack him on the side. But the less damage you take, the better, because it just means you are able to push in anytime you feel like it. Blue's actually going to go through the house for a push. An interesting choice. They got to be careful about this. Wreath gets taken down, so does OTL, so that's a soldier down for each team. And now the red scouts, ooh, sorry about the camera work there, are thinking about making a push in against our blue team. But so far, not going to happen. And I do like the sticky trap locations. Oh! Barely pops the Uber in time to save that soldier there. And now the soldier is going to try and shoot as many people as he can here to force a multi-Uber or even get a kill if the medic doesn't respond in time. Now he's going for the Spire, decides to drop back off of that, hits the demo man pretty well, but the scout's coming in behind and takes down Dougie. A nice job there with OTL getting a good shot off on new player, and Prestige over on the side is going to find this soldier. It's a bunch of damage down, but now he's got to deal with a scout of his own, which he's doing quite effectively. Prestige taking all the kills, but I mean, I'm sorry, it was OTL taking all the kills. Prestige doing a lot of the damage, though. And so Spire is going to get captured right now. Blue team put back onto their last point once again. So this game may get tied up real fast once again here between the new players, and I do like seeing this. If you guys, my loyal viewers, end up getting in one of these NA6v6 newbie mix games, which happen multiple times a week, I'm pretty sure, do let me know about it, especially if it's a nice exciting game like this one is. So far, 2-1 with actually a really long time left. So this game could definitely go either way. But right now, I think with this Uber coming in from Preston and both, that's actually a demo dead. That's probably going to be it. Ajax is going to have to try and jump down to stop the capture, but it will be, I was going to say it will be too late. There's only 2 players left alive. Ajax is one of them, but he's been pushed away from the point. Has to deal with the soldier in front of him, and that's going to mean 2-2. So somebody just left, but I think that was a spectator. And yeah, it probably was. So let's watch these rollouts. Basic doing a pretty good rollout right now. Meanwhile, I want to check out the demos and see where they are. Just in time is probably not just in time for a Banny rollout, but he's going to be decently in time for his own. And he just has to start laying down those sticks against not just the demo man. He's got to watch out for the rest of the team too, but actually paying some pretty good attention to that demo. And he's told his team that he's done some good damage, probably. That's why that soldier jumped in after him. Medic keeping him healed pretty well as well. That's a pretty important thing for the medic to do. Once you get to mid, you've got to make sure your demo man is healed up, because usually he's going to be pretty hurt by the time you get there. So putting a lot of heals on that demo at mid is a good thing to do, which is exactly what Dougie did. So now I guess we'll watch the sad face scout cam for a little while, as he just pressures this soldier into his resupply cabinet. But he's got to be careful about this. He should actually back away. There he goes. Oh, nice kill on Preston from behind. That should have been called out, but it wasn't. So that was a very nice kill. That might have been an Uber drop by Preston, and now Dougie doesn't even have to pop his own Uber. They are going to be able to push this right into last, I think. They still need to cap Spire, actually. Oh, they can't. So Dougie may have got... Oh, look at the surf! Dougie's going to stand up here, and he's actually going to drop back off. Probably a good idea. It would have been, like, super ballsy to go for the Uber soft fight with the soldier on the Spire. I wanted to see it, but apparently Justin didn't. They really did. They almost had that, though. They probably could have had that push, but it just kind of devolved into a 1v1 fest there towards the end, where players were just all over the place. Not really what you want from either team. But it ended up being a win for Red, who is now pushing back out on the mid. Base's got to be careful about that scout, but he takes down new player, no problem. And Rocket's coming up towards the Spire. Prestige is already up here. I think he fired a little bit early there. I'm probably wrong, but if you can, you want to take these guys down. I'm having somebody like beat on the wall next to me right now. Maybe I'm being too loud, I have no idea. But I am not going to stop casting because this has been a pretty excellent game so far. I'll just tone it down a little bit. They are trying to sleep. I have no idea. Oh well. Dougie G gonna keep his Uber around 50%. He wants to get that built up as quickly as possible, but the spam with these chokes should keep him safe for now. And our red team possesses the middle point. Don't really have any opportunity to get anytime soon. Looks like, oh, what is the blue medic doing in here? Needs to back out. I think he has. Yeah, he has. Okay. So now there's just going to be some stick traps right there next to the wall. Oh, set those off. Could have gotten the kill there, actually, but there you go. The Uber is popped from our red team right away. It's ready for, yeah, there you go. It was ready for Doug, so he just wanted to milk it for a little bit. Probably a good idea. And now Red's going to lose a soldier, most likely. Their medic is just decides to stay in. I was a little concerned about that move, especially because they've now lost 2 players, and I think that they need to get out of here. It's 3v6. Yeah, this is not a good situation. Yeah, Medic's going to drop out, but it's too late. New player catches him, and now Blue can probably turn this right back around and end up taking the point very, very quickly here, which they will do. 2 players did respawn there. That's going to be the Scout and Demo. But there you go, Blue grabs a point. Now our red team is going to have to stay back and try and defend their Spire. Iruk was just checking around that trash area. And he's going to be careful about the soldiers spamming at him, but he's got some pretty good dodging so far going on. Eats a sticky bomb there and needs to back up into the cabinet. Meanwhile, let's see here. New player, oh, right on top of the demo man. Never saw it coming, so Pee-wee gets taken down, and that's the power of having, like, some powerful scouts in your team. If your scouts are sneaking around the enemy soldiers and getting on those flank routes like that, they will do a really good job of taking down a demo man before he knows what's happening, because demos have a tough time with scouts. So if you see a demo man sort of towards the bottom of the scoreboard like this from his team, sometimes it's actually because the scouts are doing a really good job on the opposing team of just shutting him down. And there you go, the scouts rotate into the point and cap it to bring it to 3-2 in favor of Team Blue. I'm really hoping I'm not keeping somebody awake when they have to like get up in the morning to go like the hospital or something, because I know there's a bunch of medical center people who live here. I hear their pagers going off at all weird times of night, and I'm like, oh man, okay, somebody's dying, I guess. So yeah, that's why I'm being quiet. Quiet-ish. But this is an exciting game so far. New player, the first casualty of this mid-fight, but just in time, is looking pretty healthy right now, and standing on top of that cart, or crate. It's a C word. Will have a pretty good angle to spam down on his opponents. He does get taken out, though, and there is a red scout sitting behind Gonna have some difficulty with the sad face, but wow, Dougie just got taken out with that shotgun. And now it looks like it is Red's turn to win the mid-fight. So Pee-wee's actually, oh, that was a little bit of a weird sticky jump. Could probably have taken a little bit less damage on that. And not even sure what he's trying to, oh, I guess he was just going for the health kit. It's kind of a weird decision. He is now going to wait for his med to heal him up before he takes any more jumps, because he's in the danger zone. Where is Preston, actually? He needs to be healing this guy. Ah, okay, he may have just gotten a mid. But his team is ready to go. And they do have a slight uber advantage. I don't know if they know they do, but they should be aware of it. It's the kind of thing where sometimes you don't pay attention to when the enemy medic spawns, but you got to do that, so you got to learn how. Scout in trying to get the kill on the medic here, but he's hardly doing any damage at all. And yeah, does need to back away. OTL is down right now, so our red team just needs to spam past this corner for a little while and spam into the house when there's a scout in there. Looks like they have done just that. Scouts are having a little battle down in the valley. Don't want to 1v1 those if you can avoid it, though. So looking like Red should be pretty well off at the moment. That scout actually could chase down. Okay, he won't. And the blue team comes in with an Uber from house, forces the Uber fairly early from Preston. Both of these Ubers will fade about the same time, though, and we'll see. Ooh, just in time and new player both getting taken out. Now the blue soldiers are doing a really good job of jumping around and trying to get the damage down. Looks like Preston's taken out there, and so is Pee-wee, so I think our red team might be in a little bit of trouble. They take down Dougie. Okay. Yeah, there you go. That's going to be just about it. Just in time. The only one left for his team. And apparently Scout is hard. No, I'm just kidding. It's totally hard. I am a terrible Scout. And just in time is doing the right thing here, laying down some stickies on the point. Also trying to lay down a nice little sticky trap up here in the corner, so just in case he blind detonates this and gets somebody. That would be a pretty cute thing to do. Could have gotten someone there, but it's a little bit too late now. The blue team is trying to go for kills really far forward, actually. But they're going to end up losing players if they're not careful. They've already lost Sad Face, the Scout. And Justin is just laying down some spam. He's doing a pretty good job on demo right now, I gotta say. He won't be able to maintain the spam indefinitely, but he could end up doing some pretty good damage if his opponents aren't very, very careful up there. And that is one thing you'll see in a lot of the pro games. If you are not really careful about your positioning up here, you're going to end up dying really fast, because this is actually a pretty dangerous place to be standing. You can get rockets sent right through these little cracks in the doorways at you all the time, and sticky bombs and pills and everything else. But they are going to pop the Uber in, and there's a sentry. They managed to take it out. And there was apparently a teleporter there too for some reason. Nice work with the pyro as well. That's going to be a difficult thing to push in against. Dougie does pop the Uber just to save the point, and now he's going to save his players as well. They need to stop these guys from being up here, but a nice kill by Ajax, and it looks like Preston's down too. So, oh, just 2 players left though, 3-3. So even though that was a good defense by those soldiers and by everybody there, really, they just started losing players too fast, and red team brings it to 3-3. This is quite a close game so far. Pee-wee missing the sticky jump, but it looks like he may not be that familiar with his sticky jumps, which is cool. You know, if you're not, you can still come play in these newbie mixes, and practice makes perfect. So Pee-wee is going to get out here and probably start charging up sticks pretty soon. His opposing demo man is going to get there faster because he's making the sticky jumps better, but Pee-wee knows what to do. Come over to the window and the balcony and start trying to lay down some spam from there, and he can still get himself into this fight if he wants to. Ajax trying to lay down some hurt, and he does take down a basic, and so now Pee-wee probably needs to think about getting out of there. Going to be maybe too late. Oh no! He got away. So lay down some sticky traps at the choke point here, right next to eXtime's beautiful face. Which, by the way, actually, we have a new eXtv skin, I think. It's got some various effects, like the dispenser and the teleporter and the medic heal beam all have little eXtv icons in them. It's pretty sweet, not gonna lie. They're pretty awesome. Right now, blue team, it looks like they may end up getting the capture on Spire. OTL gonna jump in and try and force the Uber out of Doug, which he does. And then, wow, beautiful work by OTL. Just runs right away. He's got to be careful about that scout, though. New player chased him down. Very well done. And so I think our blue team should be able to push in on this. And, oh, they go for a back cap. Sometimes some people will claim, oh, that's super lame going for a back cap in a pickup game like this, but you know what? This is pretty good training there. The red team is going to realize, oh wait, if we get spire capped like that, we already need to be defending last, because if we're not, then we'll get back capped. So good real life training there. And so I'm liking this game from everybody involved. They're doing a really good job. Preston managed to barely avoid those stickies. Could have actually died really fast. And Red is now losing the mid-fight. They need to think about backing away. This is probably the wrong decision to make jumping in. They lose their medic right away. And now they're going to lose, I think, just about everybody. Basic is really low. The scout is not low, but low on health, I mean. But he will... Okay, yeah. Looks like he got away for now and does manage to just barely retreat back into that supply cabinet. Where is OTL? Looks like that guy, not OTL, Basic. Gets taken down. Oh well. And now ×2 on that Spire means that blue team could be dangerously close to winning this game. With just in time trying to lay down some sticks onto this soldier who looks like a decent uber pop there as Doug was feeling pressured a little bit. Look at his health, about 70%, or 70 HP, which is much less than 70%. And Pee-wee's going to try and stop this cap, but it's a little bit too late, and this is that kind of position where if you can't stop the capture, you need to get back on last, but actually they do. Nice decision to stop that. Pee-wee making a good sticky jump in here after the medic hits one pill, doesn't manage to hit the other, but oh no, Dougie G walking onto that roller anyway, so Pee-wee taking him down. That was a beautiful play there. And yes, you can do that too, I promise. The Badlands rollout, it's a tough one. You got to practice it a little bit, and it sounds really weird practicing a video game, I know, but you will wow all of your friends when you go back to your pub server, and you're like, guys, check this out. I will get to mid before anybody else. I promise you, it is super worth it. Just be like, yeah, I'm a totally awesome demo now. But, oh, a nice kill there by our sad face scout on that demo who just had the Uber flashed away from him. And so this is one of the dangers, I think, of flashing that Uber a little bit too much. I'm not sure if Preston realized who was going to take damage at the time. Oh, nice kills on the blue team. OTL taking down new player, and there's 4 versus 1 right now. They need to cap that Spire, but there they go. They've got a scout on it now. They will probably get the capture. Maybe having a little bit of trouble with that, but OTL is going to jump straight up here. He looks like a pro, actually. He's barely, he doesn't even have to think about those rocket jumps, just kind of flicks the mouse down, hits it. But oh, nice defense by Ajax. And they've actually got a Pyro out here again, which is really cute. They do take down Preston with the equalizer. They've got to be really careful about losing that point, but they'll probably keep maybe a Pyro demo on it. Because sticky bombs are not enough when it is this close to getting captured, unless you are watching like a hawk, and even then sometimes it's not enough. So you got to keep somebody standing on the point. But there you go, our blue team is going to recapture Spire. And Ajax jumps up there to help stack it up and get it faster. Oh, looks like they ran out of time somehow. Well, that is going to be... Huh? Okay. Well, anyway, that was time on that one. 4-3? 4-4. It was actually tied at the end there. Was it? Wait, it was? I'm so confused. Anyway, that was an awesome game, though, by all of these players. It was quite intense, and a lot of these guys got some really much-needed 6v6 experience, both in terms of individual skill and in terms of teamwork. I highly recommend you check out that Steam group, because if you join it, you will get clued in on when all these games happen. You can show up to any single one of them. Don't worry about getting nervous at all. If you don't want to play, you don't even have to. You can just show up and spectate and listen to the coaches. But I do urge you to get out there and play and try it out. The coaches are all super nice and awesome, and it is a very, very enjoyable atmosphere. So stay tuned, guys.